In this video, we will summarize all that we have studied in quadratic equations. The point number 1 is the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a should not be equal to 0 and a, b, c should be real. Next point is zeros of the quadratic polynomial and the roots of quadratic equations are the same. And the next point is quadratic equations can be solved by using the method of factorization. Next is quadratic equations can be also solved by using the method of completing the square. Next point is about the roots of quadratic equation. The standard formula for finding the roots of quadratic equations are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and this is the standard formula that we have to use for solving the quadratic equations. This is the general equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the equation. Earlier polynomial we used to write p of x is ax square plus bx plus c, or ax square plus bx plus c was called as quadratic polynomial. But here when we equate this to 0, it becomes quadratic equation. Why quadratic? Because its power is, the highest power of the variable is 2. That's why it is quadratic. So ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. This was a quadratic polynomial. When we equate them to 0, it becomes a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is because its highest power of the variable is 2. Suppose if we have ax plus b is equal to 0, then this is a linear equation. This is linear equation. And suppose if you have the equation as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0, this is cubic equation. This is cubic equation. But in this topic, we will study quadratic equation. But in the questions, you may be asked whether, or you may be asked to identify which type of equation it is, whether it is linear, quadratic or cubic, or you will be given many types of equations and you will be asked to select quadratic equation. So you have to perfectly remember that quadratic equation is one which is of whose variable is having the highest power as 2. Highest power as 2, here you see. So that is called a quadratic polynomial. And the roots, now in earlier we used to say in polynomial zeros, we used to say zeros, and the same zero becomes roots in quadratic equations. So roots and zeros are the same. Whatever we call the roots in quadratic equations, they are zeros in the quadratic polynomial. So they are the same, because in both the cases, when you factorize the given polynomial or a given equation, you will get roots and zeros. Now same thing, which were the roots, we will discuss about that, or we'll call them as a, whatever were zeros, we'll call them as a roots. And roots of this quadratic equation is given by this formula: x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. You have to always remember this. This is the most important formula in this whole topic, and the only formula you can say in the whole topic you have to remember. So you are asked to find, when you are asked to find the vectors or the roots of the equation, you have to use this formula. So x is equal to, here there is plus or minus. So once we will take plus, another time we will take minus. So minus b plus square root of b square minus ac divided by 2a, or x is equal to minus b, and now we will take this minus. So minus of square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So we have to understand what is called as discriminant, and the discriminant is again very very important, because you will be asked questions based on the discriminant, and discriminant is nothing but the term under the square root, that is b square minus 4ac. D is equal to b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant. Now next part is again equally important as this one. So because of this discriminant, we have got three cases: case 1, case 2 and case 3. In case 1, the discriminant, if it is greater than 0, that is positive value, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, that is positive value. In that case, roots are real and distinct. If we find this b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 or positive, greater than 0 means it is positive. Roots are real and distinct. And the value of the roots are given as x is equal to minus b upon 2a plus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. It is the same thing here what I have written. And second x is, just by replace this plus sign with minus sign, that will be the second root. So you have to remember this case 1 perfectly, because you will be asked whether the equation will be given and whether the roots are real and distinct. In that case, you have to find the value of discriminant and see whether it is positive value. Case 2 is, if discriminant b square minus 4ac turns out to be 0 value, then the two roots are real and equal. Two roots are real and equal. And we have got the two roots, because this term becomes 0, or you see this second term becomes 0, both the cases. Only term remains is minus b upon 2a. So both the roots are minus 2 upon, b upon 2a. So, and both are equal. And the third case is, if the square root of b square minus 4ac, that is discriminant, is less than 0, and that is negative or negative, and we cannot find the square root of negative number, because it will become an imaginary number. So in that case, when discriminant is less than 0, there is no real root. There are no real roots, and these roots are called imaginary. We at eLearning Career Academy are running classes for standard 9 and 10 in maths and science, and also for standard 11th and 12th in physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology in offline as well as online mode using memory techniques. Here are the links for joining these classes. These links are also given in the description of this video.